Hey everybody, Mark Agnesi here in the back room of Norman's Rare Guitars. Welcome back to an all-new, brand spanking new week of Guitar of the Day.
Woo!
Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.
Oh man, my mom flew back home today, so we're officially man-on-man defense now, man. We're gonna have to figure it out. This week's gonna be rough. Had that extra set of hands around for the last 2 weeks. We'll be fine. It's mostly my wife has to deal with it, so I'm here most of the time. Oh, let's see, it's a new week. It's Telly Tuesday. You're gonna love this. It's so gross.
Ew.
We've had stuff similar to this before. Never had one of these before. For your Telly Tuesday, bring a bag or something to dry heave in. Come on. This thing is from 1974. We got original Fender Telecaster Deluxe Antigua finish. Pea foam green. Something like that. All I know is I have a sudden craving for chips and guac.
I love guac.
Well, let's talk about Antiguas, because this is actually kind of odd in itself. Most of the time in the 1970s, you don't see Antigua offered again until 1977 is when it became a color that they started doing again on, you know, Strats and Telecasters and P basses and jazz basses, all that stuff. This one, it's got 74 stamp on the neck. It's got 173 and 2 early 74 pots, 74 pots in it. It's a 74 guitar. It's an Antigua though, which is kind of an anomaly. But let's talk Antigua. So Antigua was first released in the late part of the 1960s. So Antigua's been around since '68. They first did it on the Coronado guitars, which was their first attempt at kind of getting into Gibson's 335 kind of market. Why Antigua, you ask? Well, because Fender really hadn't bound arched laminate guitars before, so they were getting a lot of burn and scorch along the outside line where the binding was. So they came up with this Antigua finish where this kind of gray color kind of shades around all of those imperfections. So yeah, they did it in the late 60s. By the time it got to the late 70s, it wasn't about anything like that. It was about pure sex appeal. That's why they brought it back. Oh, this is probably the most polarizing color in the history of Fender guitars. People hate it with a passion. There's some people that collect only this, that have like entire sets of every single model in Antigua. I mean, we've had a good run of poopy brown guitars. It's time we start getting into some of the poopy green ones too. Now this one is still on the gray side, which is kind of how they were. However, as they get UV exposure over time, we know everything kind of gets a yellow tinge to it, and that gray starts to turn this greenish color. As you'll see, kind of certain parts of it are starting to already go green. But some of these things go like hella green. This one is still actually fairly close to the original Antigua color that it shipped with. And then let's talk Telly Deluxes. So this was another one of the 70s models. You first start seeing these 1972, at the same time they redid the Telly Custom. Now the Telly Custom we did a few weeks back. That's kind of the Keith guitar. You still have the standard Telly single coil pickup in the back with the standard Telly bridge. One of the Seth Lover designed wide range humbuckers in the neck. And then the Gibson kind of style switching with volumes and tones for each. This is the Deluxe, so a couple different features. We have just like a hardtail Strat bridge instead of your typical Telecaster bridge. Hardtail Strat bridge. We got a pair of the Seth Lover wide range pickups. Then we also have Strat contour on the back. They do this on a lot of the new Tellys now. This is the first time you'll ever see that on a Telecaster, is on the Telly Deluxes from the 70s. And then obviously 3-bolt neck plate with the big old 70s headstock that you'd see on the Strats. The only thing that is off on this guitar is, if you'll notice up here, and there's even a little shadow around these 2 screws. I'm thinking somebody was toying around with some other kind of string tree up here to get a little bit more pitch off the nut. We still have the 2 original string trees, but obviously some new holes were drilled. There's nothing you can do about that now. They're there. But I mean, that's not an eyesore, because who's looking at there? I mean, I'm looking right here, baby. Oh, it's cool. It doesn't weigh a ton. Some of these can weigh a ton, like literally a ton. This thing is not terrible. This is like regular kind of in your Les Paul kind of weight. Neck is in really good shape. Nice figuring, nice grain all over it. Original case as well. It's a pretty cool guitar, man. Oh, I can't wait to see what Stallone's got to say. But you know Stallone's got something to say about it. Let's go plug this thing in, see what it can do. All right, we're out front. We have the 1974 Fender Telecaster Deluxe Original Antigua finish with the maple neck. Today we're going through the Friedman small box plexi clone here with the 212 cabinet. We got it all jacked up. Let's start up on that neck. Seth Lover wide range pickup. Let's see what we got here. Let's go into the metal position. Combination of those two Seth Lover wide range pickups together here. Let's go down that bridge pickup wide open, all by itself. Let's see what we got in the bridge. Yeah, it's the grossest color of all times, but I'm kind of digging it on this guitar for some reason. It's original 1975 Fender Telecaster Deluxe Antigua finish, man. Avocado sunburst, pea foam green. Call it whatever you want. This thing is pretty sweet. All original with the exception of these couple of extra screws that were left here from what looks like a string tree a previous owner had tried to put on it. With the original case, there's your Telly Tuesday for this week. We got brand new episodes of Guitar of the Day all this week. Until tomorrow's Wednesday episode, please follow me on Instagram at Mark Agnesi. Follow the store at Norman's Rare Guitars. And check this and the rest of the stuff out online at normansrareguitars.com. One down, boo. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Guitar of the Day. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.